Hi everyone, welcome to this short video which is just to help you if you're considering the Oxbridge tutorial pathway as part of your A1 to A2 transfer. So I'm just going to give you a few pointers to help you decide whether this pathway is right for you. So I'll just introduce myself first of all. I think I've probably met quite a few of you at one point or another. But my name is Natalia Luck. Lots of students call me Talia, so you may have heard me go by both. I'm the Oxbridge coordinator, so I help to run the Oxbridge pathway and sort out all the tutorial instructions and all the other activities that go with it. And I also have some of the tutor groups. So if you've got any questions after this, please do get in contact with me. I know I've already spoken to a number of you. So you can just message me directly on Teams, or I've put my email on there for you, n.luck@basvic.ac.uk. Or you can actually pop and see me. I'm in room 70A, which is inside the Student Learning Centre, and I'm in college on Tuesdays, Thursdays or Fridays. So do feel free to come and ask me any questions that you might have. So let's just go through why you might join the Oxbridge pathway, or why you should join the Oxbridge pathway if these things apply to you. So if you are thinking of making an application to Oxford or Cambridge, you do need to be on the Oxbridge pathway. That's because there are more stages to applying to Oxford or Cambridge. It's not that we see those applications as more important, it's just they are a bit more complicated to put together. Also, the deadline is earlier, so we will be working towards a 15th of October deadline 2024, but our actual college deadline will be mid-September, so it will be right at the start of your A2 year. That's because we need time to process your application to make sure we can meet that external deadline of the 15th. So within the Oxbridge tutorial pathway, we will be putting together all the stages of your application. So we'll help you write your personal statement. We will help you with choosing a college at Oxford or Cambridge because you apply to a college as well as for a particular course. We will help you with doing your UCAS form, but we'll also help you with preparing for admissions tests, which quite a lot of the courses involve, and also preparing for interview if you're selected for that later on. So we do need you to be on the Oxbridge pathway so we can get going with that early. We actually start the Oxbridge tutor groups in the June of your first year. So they'll be starting fairly soon after that May-June half term. A lot of the other tutorial pathways don't begin till September, but we will actually do the most important part of preparing your application in the summer term. So you do need to be in an Oxbridge group at that point so we can get on with that. Ultimately, you can't apply to Oxford or Cambridge if you are not in an Oxbridge tutor group because we just won't have prepared your application on time. So it is important to be on the pathway if you are applying. You might be thinking, well, okay, I am probably going to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, but I'm not 100% certain. Or I actually am going to apply, but it's probably not going to be the most important one of my 5 university choices. That's actually quite a healthy attitude to have, and you still need to be on the Oxbridge pathway if you're going to apply. However, we will absolutely help and support you with your other 4 university choices as much as you need, and we see them as important as your Oxbridge choice. So it just doesn't do you any harm to have your application done early. You can then take some time choosing where else to apply, and you can send that application to your other universities by the standard UCAS deadline, which will be the end of January 2025. So that's how it will work. So don't worry that it will all be about Oxbridge. It won't be at all. We just get the Oxbridge stuff done early because we have to, because of the earlier deadline. So essentially it's quite straightforward. You should definitely be on the pathway if you are planning to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, if you think there is a strong chance that you're going to apply. Sometimes people have the wrong reasons for being on the Oxbridge pathway, so I'm just going to go through a few reasons why it might not be the right pathway for you, just to clear those up. The first thing is to make sure that it's actually a course at Oxford or Cambridge that you want to apply for. There is sometimes a little bit of a narrower range of courses there than some other universities. They just might not do what you want to study. However, keep a bit of an open mind and do some research, because you might find there's something you've never thought about before that actually is quite appealing to you. So there's some unusual courses, things like HSPS at Cambridge, human, social and political sciences, or land economy there, that you just may not have heard of, and they may end up being courses that you are interested in. But you need to have a look at that, because if it's something that's not offered there, there's no point you applying. If you want to do medicine or veterinary science, but you still think you're going to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, then you do need to be on the medics pathway. You're best to be on the medics pathway. I can then meet with you every so often just to support you with anything Oxbridge specific, but you will get all the help you need within the medics pathway. So please put that one down. Sometimes people think, well, I'm not going to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, but I am going to apply to very competitive universities. So I think I would be best on the Oxbridge pathway. You absolutely wouldn't. If you are not going to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, or there's not even a reasonable chance of you applying there, then you need to be on the UCAS pathway. That is where you will get the best help for applications to other universities, even the most competitive ones. You need to check the standard offer for the course that you are thinking about at Oxford or Cambridge, because you do need to be fairly likely to get those predicted grades. Now, I know you don't know your predicted grades yet, and you won't do for a while, because it will depend on how you do in your summer exam, and it will also depend on what your teachers think you are capable of. However, it's worth having that discussion with them, looking at the grades that you've been getting so far and thinking about whether those predicted grades are realistic. There isn't really any point applying for an Oxford or Cambridge course that you're not going to have the predicted grades for, because you just won't be made an offer. So that's something else to consider. You may be interested in the foundation degrees at Oxford or Cambridge, which is quite a new scheme they're doing for students who have been had been disadvantaged in their education so far for a number of reasons, and they have a lower offer tariff, normally the equivalent of 3Bs. We are absolutely really keen to support you if you're applying for a foundation degree, but you also need to be on the UCAS pathway, and I will meet with foundation applicants separately. So what can you be doing now? Well, the help desk is open during the transfer period, so that's in student services. So if you do need some help specifically, you can go there at any point. You can also contact me. Look into your courses, the possible courses at Oxford or Cambridge. That's a really good thing to be doing now, to check there's something you want to apply for. Check those entry requirements. There's not a standard offer for Oxford or Cambridge. You might be surprised. Sometimes you might actually find that that would be the lowest offer you'd receive compared to other universities. So you need to be honest about whether you're likely to be successful. Are you likely to get those predicted grades? Keep embracing super curricular stuff, so going beyond your subject area, going beyond your A-level courses to find out more. Everything I have, I will advertise on the Oxbridge team. If you're not on that already, please message me and I will add you. That's absolutely fine. And you can often look back at things, sign up to any relevant opportunities on there, go on trips. You can come on our trips to Oxford or Cambridge, or you can visit in your own time. That will really help you with making a decision about whether you're likely to apply or not. Keep working hard. Predicted grades are going to be really, really important. So if you do decide the pathways for you, then please make sure you're really focusing on getting the highest predicted grades you can do in the summer, and that's going to really support your application. So as I said at the start, do get in contact with me if you need to, and I look forward to welcoming lots of you onto the Oxbridge pathway very soon.